Yes, firstly, as we spoke, we'll start from getting to know you.
Right. So I'm Vishwanath, one of the partners at July Ventures. About 26 years of experience in the tech industry. Come from a IT infra tech background, moved into products, multiple startups through the journey. So I've kind of seen the highs and lows of an entrepreneur's journey. Over time have moved on to become an angel investor and now an institutional investor. One of the founders of July Ventures started in 2020, and now we are, we've kind of invested into myPAL through our first fund. Yeah, I think this is not just about towns, taluks, tier 3, tier 4. I think fundamentally, if you take a step back, you start realizing that there is a significant demand supply problem, right? And when we talk about demand supply, we're talking of demand for teachers and the supply of quality teachers. That's actually happening at all levels. It's happening at the K-12, it's happening at at graduation in professional courses, and probably even upskilling courses. I don't think there's an exception to that. And as a result of that, I think that, to really solve that problem, the model that, that myPAL has actually adopted is extremely critical, right? Because if you fundamentally look at traditional, student to teacher ratios, these have been, at 25, 30, 40 or kids or students, and then, now you're trying to take that to scale. And I think that's where we believe that that scale is going to have significant impact in tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 towns, right? Be able to really take quality education, quality instruction down to that level. And I think in that sense, we believe it's a model that a lot of other organizations and educational institutions will adopt. It's not. I don't think it's going to be very unique to a tier 3, tier 4. I think over time this is going to be a mainstay and going to become mainstream. I think from a future perspective, today of course there's focus on professional test prep courses, which is CDG, NEET, etc. They are obviously launching IAS, but I think the real uptick will come in when they start looking at more upskilling courses, because as much as the mainstream courses of engineering, medical is, there's always a demand for it, and I think it will continue for a while. Though some of those trends are changing in the urban India, it's not definitely changing still. Down as a mindset, it's really not changing down in the tier 2, tier 3, tier 4. So I think that demand is going to continue to exist. The market is really large. Yes. So there's really no problem in terms of of being able to grow the business. But I think the real gaps that will need to be addressed is true upskilling for job readiness, and I think that's where they'll have a much larger role to play. And I think that's what is the roadmap that myPAL has for itself. Technologies come and go. Things evolve over time. Methodologies change. But I think the fundamentals of any subject really remains the same. It really does not change that much. It's no longer enough to learn a tool. It is very important to really understand the domain, understand the basics of that domain, so that you can then apply yourself. It's not good enough if you say I know AutoCAD, or I know Tally, or I know SAP, or whatever else. I think it's important to really understand why you're using those tools, what is the larger impact of those tools. And those are just some tools that I've mentioned, right? I think and those are, I wouldn't really call these as revolutionary. It was revolutionary back in those days. Today it is mainstay. But I think that's what is going to happen with every technology that comes up. It's going to be revolutionary at that point, but it's going to become mainstay over time. And some of them will come and some of them will go, right? So I think it's a question of sticking to basics, understand why you're doing what you're doing. And then, of course, the tools, the programming languages, and anything else that you would use are just means to an end, right, to getting the job done. So I think focus on the basics, become employable. I think that's very important.